Greetings, fellow Slayers. Well, look at Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 5 now continues on with Out of My Mind. Hold on just a second. Yeah, okay, there. Alright, anyway. Buffy patrols the cemetery, slaying several newly awakened vampires with sudden help from both Riley and Spike. Buffy orders Spike to stay out of her way, but he notes she was also annoyed at Riley. As Buffy and Riley leave, they talk about Riley's enthusiasm and new strength while fighting. Alone, Spike swears to taste Buffy's blood, but as he walks off, he falls into an open grave. The following day, Buffy and Willow argue over a topic from class, which impresses Willow. Buffy says she's trying to study more, but Giles is busy with her schedule with extra training. At the magic box, Xander's helping Giles remodel the shop. Buffy's pleasantly surprised to see that the back room has been transformed into a training room. Harmony seeks Spike and his help because she's frightened that Buffy's out to kill her. The two conspire to kill the Slayer. While Joyce makes breakfast for Dawn, she briefly wonders who Dawn is before collapsing onto the floor. At the hospital, an intern named Ben informs Buffy and Riley that Joyce will be fine, but the doctors aren't sure what caused her to collapse. Dawn is playing with a stethoscope, and when she listens to Riley's heart, she finds that it's racing much faster than normal. After listening to Riley's heart, the doctor recommends that he stay in the hospital with a high risk of heart attack, though Riley dismisses her concerns. Buffy tries to think of a way to help Riley and discuss the situation with Willow and Dawn. After noting her frustration that the government are likely spying on Riley, when she needs to get a message to them, she doesn't know to do it. Dawn suggests that if the government are listening, then she needs to ask for help where she knows they'll hear it. Buffy has an idea and goes to Riley's place, picks up the telephone receiver, and simply states that Riley needs help before replacing it. Still part of the government, Graham tries to force Riley to see a doctor, but Riley's stronger than Graham and the other agents and gets away. After speaking with Graham later that day, Buffy takes it upon herself to get Riley to the doctor before he dies. Buffy goes to Spike with information about the doctor that can help Riley, hoping that the vampire could help bring him there in exchange for cash. Spike ridicules Riley's situation, casually taunting her of his impending doom. Buffy slaps Spike in frustration, reminding him that Riley isn't the only one who can die. Soon after, Spike and Harmony go to the doctor and try to force him to remove his chip. Buffy finds Riley in the initiative caves, punching into her because he can't feel any pain. He tells her that he's afraid he won't be enough for her once he lets the doctor operate on him. After convincing Riley to get medical attention, Buffy brings him to the hospital and finds the doctor gone. Just after the doctor finishes sewing up Spike's skull, Buffy arrives with Riley and a fight ensues. As he tries to bite the Slayer, Spike finds that the doctor only pretended to remove the chip from his head. When Riley suffers a heart attack and collapses while fighting Harmony, Buffy immediately turns her attention to him. With Buffy distracted, and enraged Spike escapes with Harmony, ranting about his disgust with Buffy and his weariness with how she is seemingly the source of everything wrong in his life. The doctor is able to operate successfully on Riley. Later, Graham talks with Riley and tells him he no longer has the purpose of Sunnydale. Without the initiative, he's nothing. Riley assures Graham he has Buffy, but Graham insists that'll never be enough. Buffy shows up at Spike's crypt, ready to stake him. He's willing to let it happen, daring her to put him out of the misery of living in a world with her everywhere he turns, ruining everything he plans. She pauses, confused, stake raised, and then hesitates. They stare at each other for a moment, and then he pulls her into a kiss. She pulls back, shocked, but then returns to the embrace. She tells Spike, "I want you," and he tells her, "I love you, Buffy. I love you so much." Spike then awakens from his dream. Gasping beside his still sleeping Harmony, he says, "Oh God, no. Please, no." Oof. So let's take a look at some continuity surrounding this episode. This is the last appearance of the old Sunnydale High School. A new building will be inaugurated in the episode Lessons. Joyce begins to have health problems, foreshadowing her eventual death in I Was Made to Love You. Willow begins to use magic when not strictly necessary, and Tara feels unease with her power and attitude. This continuous behavior will have consequence at the end of their relationship and Willow's magic addiction. Riley's belief that a normal guy was not enough for Buffy is a sharp contrast to Angel's point of view when he had broken up with her, claiming that she deserved someone normal. When Riley expresses his fear that he is not enough for Buffy if he is just an ordinary man, Buffy scoffs and says that, If her goal was to date a man with superpowers, then she would be dating Spike. Ironically, this scene will foreshadow Buffy's relationship with Spike in the following year. Spike discovers his love for Buffy. He'll reveal his feelings for Buffy in Crush. Now let's take a look at a production note from this episode. The diegetic audio from the last scene continues for a brief moment into the closing credits. A technique also used in the episodes I, Robot You Jane, Lie to Me, Homecoming, Helpless, Pangs, Doomed, among others. And now let's take a look at some pop culture references. Buffy will discuss Jean-Paul Marat and the French Revolution. Spike watches Dawson's Creek television show. Buffy compares Xander, Jocelyn Riley to Fairy Godmother and Santa Claus and Q all wrapped up into one. After they turn the back into a training room, it goes on to clarify that she means Q from the James Bond franchise rather than the mischievous Q from Star Trek. Dawn brings up the CIA's assassination attempts on Fidel Castro. The specific methods she refers to are fictional, however the real attempts are equally bizarre. After Will uses magic to light up the school ruins, Tara refers to the original version of the spell as Teeny Tinkerbell Light, referring to the fairy character from Peter Pan. And now finally, let's take a look at a goof. Harmony's reflection can be seen behind her after she accidentally fires the crossbow. And it's getting weird because vampires aren't supposed to have reflections. So yeah. So I think this episode is kind of interesting, and yeah, to feel like a foreshadowing what's going to happen later on in the season as well as later on in the show itself. So yeah. So overall, I give, out of my mind, 4 vampire steaks out of 5. When you anticipate wait to the next episode, No Place Like Home. So, until then, here endeth the lesson.